Hello, I've never done this before. This is a new camera setup and rig, so I'm just seeing how this goes as a concept. So, a little while ago I was in London by myself and I ventured into Forbidden Planet, having eventually found it, and I picked up a copy of an Eaglemoss Star Trek collecting magazine, and these magazines come with ships built into them, effectively. And I've had it for a long time. I only recently got around to actually opening it. It was the Nightingale. As it turned out, I thought it was a sort of a Marquis Raider ship, but it wasn't. A completely different ship from a Voyager episode. So nothing to do with Deep Space Nine whatsoever. But I got it out and I had a look at it, and I really liked it. Really nice quality, a mixture of sort of die cast and hard plastic. And so I recently went onto the Hero Collector / Eaglemoss website. I'm not entirely sure exactly what the relationship there is, but I think it's a sort of division of or something. And I thought I would see what else I could get, because I had a 15% discount offer. So I picked up this ship here, which is not Star Trek at all, of course, allegedly, but is in fact the Orville from the series of the same name. I haven't seen every single Orville episode, but the ones that I have seen I really do enjoy. They're very, very funny. But they're also very, very Trek, which sort of pleasantly surprised me. It wasn't completely taking the Michael out of Trek at all. It was actually very much like The Next Generation, only with a lot more gags in it. So I thought what I would do is try doing a sort of an unboxing little video using this new setup that I've got, and just to see how it goes really, and see how people react to it. So this is a standalone box version of the Orville. The magazine ones come in slightly smaller boxes. This is more of a sort of standalone box, which presumably goes on a shelf. So you can see it's got the Eaglemoss details are down the bottom there, but it's also got all the details of the ship on the side of the box there, and tells you what's in it. And I think the Hero Collector, yeah, so there's the Hero Collector logo there at the top right as well. So they're a sort of mix between Hero Collector and Eaglemoss. And some nice sort of little details there about what the ship is and what else is available in the series. So I shall dig into it. So this is the official ships collection of the Orville, and my first time of opening the box, although I had removed a little bit of sticky tape there for ease of access. Let's just slide out the innards, if I can get at them. There we go. Put the box to one side. So the packaging is very nice. Got a nice little sort of plastic cover to cover the top of it. Put that to one side. And so here we have the Orville. Let me just click her out. So as you can see, it's quite a slim ship. So she's quite hard to hit, which is nice. She has these three, I can't remember what they're called now. Are they quantum drives? I'm sure someone in the comments can correct me. But there are three tiers to them. They can lose one or two, I think, and still do some degree of propulsion. And so it's very sleek. It's very curved. It's a lot flatter, and it's more sort of squid-like, I think, than Star Trek ships. It's fair to say. So although it's reminiscent of the later Star Trek ships, it is its own very distinct style, and they don't have a similar sort of sticky-outy nacelle pylon arrangement. It's much more fluid than that. They just have these nice three tiers, and it does make it quite interesting visually, because it's got a few sort of gaps in it. It almost reminds me of an Andromeda, actually, slightly, for some reason. I don't know why I get that vibe from it, but that's the model. So this is quite solid. I think that's actually plastic. I would say that that's plastic, that's metal. I'm not sure, that's probably plastic as well, actually. So this is actually slightly more plasticky feeling than the last one that I had, but it is quite rigid. So I don't really have a major issue with that. I'll just set it down over there. And then that isn't all that you get in the box. This is a nice thing about this range, that they're not doing it just for this. So you can see that you get a nice sort of clear perspex stand on which to place it when you're ready to display it fully. I'm guessing that goes in there. So you can see, you can then sort of whiz it about to your heart's content, as long as you're reasonably careful about which direction you're pointing it in. And then finally in the box we have this nice shiny black stand which tells you obviously which ship it belongs to, which is useful because if they were completely identical, as they all are, then you might wish to make sure that it stays with its stand if it was a limited edition or similar. And this is individually packaged and in a Blue Peter styling. I haven't got one as I did earlier, so this is also quite nice because this is felt, so it's not just bare plastic, there is felt there, so it's not going to slip about too much once it's on a shelf. There's a little bit of packaging fluff there, that's okay. So what you have there is a stand, no gluing or anything clever like that required, and it just slots in. I'm not sure if it's terribly particular about which way it goes. Something like that. Oh, there's actually I hadn't noticed that initially. This wasn't present in my, I suppose this is the equivalent of having a magazine. Let me just take you in a bit closer to that. So there you have it. So there she sits, and it's a nice way to display them. As I said, they're not massive models, but the detailing when you get in close to them is really nice. There's also been there's obviously been a lot of care taken in terms of the painting and so on to get it as show accurate as they can. And in this one, rather than because it's not attached to a magazine, they've obviously chosen to put in this booklet instead, which I haven't looked at yet, obviously, because I've only just opened the box. But you can see that it's full colour, and it gives you the sort of background information and crew details and so on. I imagine that you would have found in a magazine had it come attached to a magazine. And I think they're doing this with quite a few of their sets. They're increasingly going to be setting them out as sort of standalones rather than as attached to magazines, I would imagine. So I shall read that with some interest, because as I say, I haven't actually seen every single episode as yet. It may be one that I get on DVD, because I'm not sure if I have the right flavour of streaming service to accommodate it. But that's my first little foray into an unboxing video. And I'll have a little review of this one, and then I'll probably try the next one when it's a little bit brighter in this room. But thank you for watching, if you've borne with me as I experiment, and I will catch you on the next one. Cheers.